Israel, land of promise, land of destiny. In just over 60 years, Israel has been transformed into a modern, thriving state. Despite this thriving economy and God's blessing on the land, a large number of Israel's people live below the poverty line. 25% of Israelis are struggling to pay their bills and buy food.
There's need, and that's what got me into this business, so to speak. And I said, I'm fortunate. I have this wonderful life here. What can I do to help? And what I did was simply to visit Israeli charities throughout Israel and to get a sense from them of their situation and what might I be able to do besides just writing a check. What could I possibly do to help them?
One night at a bar mitzvah, a seed was planted. Joseph began wondering about the fate of the leftover food.
And I called them up and I said, do you have leftover food at the end of your events? I knew the answer. You got to ask it. And of course they said, yes, of course we do. What do you do with it? Well, we feed the waitering staff, we give some to the families, and then of course we throw it away because our customers the next night expect fresh food.
With the concept of harvesting food that would be wasted and getting it on the table of hungry people, Leket Israel was born. Leket Israel supplies food to 300 nonprofit organizations across Israel, including food banks, soup kitchens, homeless shelters, and senior centers who provide for Israel's poor. A farm with produce donated entirely to Leket Israel feeds thousands of people each week. Volunteers are integral to helping harvest the fruit and vegetables.
We receive here anywhere between 6 to 8 groups a day, whether it's schools or tourists or companies, whoever hears about the project and would like to give a hand and would like to help us feed the hungry. We collect here on an average anywhere between 80,000 kilos, which translates to about over 150,000 pounds of fruit and vegetables a week. And these vegetables get transported directly to soup kitchens and nonprofit organizations all over Israel.
In addition to distributing donated food and produce, Leket Israel runs a food rescue program. Founded in 2003, Nighttime Meal Rescue was Leket Israel's first project to go national. In 2010, nearly 800 registered volunteers collected 350,000 excess meals in the late evening hours from over 200 banquet halls, caterers, restaurants, and mall food courts throughout Israel. Rescued food is immediately transported to local nonprofit organizations or placed in refrigeration for distribution to soup kitchens, shelters, and other nonprofits the following morning. Leket Israel supplies over 350 nonprofits across Israel with food. One of them, a seniors' day center, distributes the food to elderly who can't afford to buy food.
A lot of them have such a low income, they need help from social services. A lot of them, most of them, receive between 1,800 and 2,000 shekels monthly, between $500 and $600 a month, which for an elderly person, for everybody, but for an elderly person is absolutely nothing. Most of them live by themselves. They have no help from family members. As I said, a lot of them are Holocaust survivors. Either they have no family or family lives far away and they need to pay all their bills by themselves. And this amount of money is very, very, very low.
Leket Israel also prepares sandwiches, 7,000 per day, that are distributed to school children. For many children, this is the only meal they will receive during the day.
There are children who take the roll home to their siblings because they haven't got enough food at home. There are children who know that their sibling is hungry, so they keep one back, or they ask for another one because they don't know what lunch they're going to get at home when they get home.
Leket Israel is providing us every week vegetables and sometimes fruits, and so we can cook in our soup kitchen. And the food, starting from making a salad from tomatoes and cucumbers, continuing to making a soup with potatoes or zucchini, and to the main dish we helped by Leket that they send us fruits and vegetables every week.
Whether it's providing lunches for hungry school children giving food to Holocaust survivors that have nobody else to turn to, or feeding refugees from war-torn Africa, Leket Israel has the goal of making sure nobody in Israel goes hungry.